Okay guys, this is lesson 24 in hands-on equations. I've copied down the problem. It's x minus 2 negative x minus 3 equals 5 plus negative x. If you guys remember, negative x means the opposite of x, and the opposite of x is star. So I'm just going to take out the negative x, and I'm going to replace it with a star because it helps me remember what I'm doing. All right, so now I have x minus 2 star minus 3 equals 5 plus star. All right, so to start us out, I'm going to set up my x. It says minus 2 star, so I can't do that right away. I'm going to set that above. And then it says minus 3, which I also can't do right away, so I'm going to set that above. And then it says equals 5 plus star. There we go. And a star. Okay, to introduce my 2 stars so that I can subtract them, I need to introduce my 0. Now I can take away 2 star. To introduce my 3 so that I can take away my 3, I introduced a 0 again. So now I have 3x plus a negative 3, and notice guys, it said minus 3, and we ended up just adding a negative 3. That's something important. That's an important link that y'all should make. And then 5 plus star. So now I just solve it like we usually do. I think what I want to do is I want to get rid of this 3. So I am going to introduce a red 3, a positive 3 on both sides. That keeps it balanced. Now I have a 0 that I can just take on out. Now over here I have 8 and I have a star. I want to get rid of that star. So I am going to create a 0 on this side. In order to do that, I need to add an x to both sides to keep it balanced. I'm taking away my star, my 0, and now I have 4 x's equals 8. So that tells me x must be equal to 2. Now I'm going to check it. All right, so we started with our x. I know I want to subtract 2 stars, so I'm going to put in my zeros. And I know I wanted to subtract a 3, so I'm putting in my 0 again. And then I have 5 plus star. All right, if x is 2, I'm going to scoot this paper up. Well, right now, whoops, I need to take away my 2 star. And I need to take away my 3. Now we're set up. Okay, if x is 2, I've got 2, 4, 6 plus a negative 3. Well, 6 plus a negative 3 equals 3. And let's try this. If we've got 5, star is the opposite of x, so this must be negative 2. 5 plus negative 2 is also 3. So for this one, we have a check. Okay, I've turned the page over and I have our second example. This equation is extremely long. I am going to do what I did before. My negative x's, I'm changing those to star just because it's easier for me to think about it. You don't have to if for you it makes sense just being a negative x. Okay, so we have 2 groups of star plus 2x. All right, so I'm going to do star and 2x, but I want 2 groups of those, so I have another star plus 2x. And then it says plus 4 star. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it says plus 2 equals x plus negative 4. So here's my negative 4, and there's my x. Now that I've got all of my pieces out, I see a bunch of zeros. I'm going to take this 0. I'll take this 0. Here's a 0. And here's a 0. Now it's much easier. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I want to get my stars alone this time. and I want to get the cubes alone on this side. So if I want to get rid of this 2, I'm going to introduce a -2 to both sides. Can I do that? Yes, but okay, if I put a -2 at this side, I don't have another negative cube. So I'm going to know that, okay, I put a -2 on this side. I'm adding a -2 to this side. Well, a -4 plus a -2 is equal to a -6. Okay, now I have a 0. Pawns are by themselves. I need to get rid of this blue pawn. And to do that, I'm going to introduce a star to both sides. Now I have a 0. Star is equal to 6. So that means star is equal to, 3 star is equal to -6. So 1 star is equal to -2. So I have star equals -2, which of course means my x is equal to 2. Okay, now I'm going to set it back up. Let's see, we had star plus 2x, and I have 2 groups of those. So here's my second set of star plus 2x. And then I had plus 4 star. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I had plus 2 is equal to x plus a -4. Now, I can take out my zeros again, but I don't necessarily have to. I have -2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So -12 plus 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, -12 plus 8 equals -4. Whoops. And then plus 2 would equal -2. And now let's try it on this side. A +2 plus a -4 gives us -2. So it checked and it is correct. All right, guys, that does it. I will try to remind you guys to watch this, and I'll see you soon.